Bandana, on a more serious note, people are saying that Bandana you don't respect.
Yeah.
And Obumo, you don't respect nothing. You say what you feel like saying. You don't, when somebody want to work with you, you don't pay attention to the person. You feel that always yours is right. And because of that, radio stations have decided not to promote your song, play your song, so that when they call you for so you flex them and all that. Bandana, is all these things true? Are all these things true?
Yeah, you know, rumors come out from lies, you know, and I'll just say from they will stop to act the way they act, I wouldn't stop disrespecting them. And the people who respect me, I respect them, because, you know, it's like we're in Ghana and people don't respect artists. I've been fighting for I'm fighting with promoters just to pay artists, and Ghanaian artists are living poor up to now. As I'm even talking, there are artists, dancehall artists, reggae artists, hip-hop artists who don't have nothing on themselves, but, you know, they just come out to just post to the public. Basically, Bandana has been fighting for that. If you ask the high life artists in Ghana, they'll tell you that they've really suffered a lot, and people have used them. And Bandana is the type that likes to study. I've studied and I've seen it, and I just don't want people to use my generation of artists.
Wow.
I'm not fighting for myself, I'm fighting for the whole Ghanaian musicians.
Wow.
So basically, if you go somewhere and people tell you I don't respect, it's just because they don't want to respect Ghanaian artists.
Guys, one person who has been very consistent with his words in the music industry is Shatta Wale. You know, he was being asked, or he was being told that he's been said that he's a very disrespectful person, very arrogant person who doesn't respect. And Shatta is saying the reason for which people tag him as disrespectful is because of, you know, he always shouting and trying to, you know, fight for his colleagues in the music industry. He's saying that the music industry that he's fighting for, you know, is not just about him, but then about his colleagues as well. He's saying that he has studied and he has realized that all the people that came after him as musicians end up, you know, retiring poor, dying poor, you know, at a point in time. You know, we hear about all these big names, people, you know, all these musicians that used to be big, and then later on you hear they are sick, they don't have money to take care of themselves and all that. You know, Shatta is saying that he has studied and he has realized that people do not respect musicians. You understand? He said he has realized that people do not respect them in terms of paying them and treating them well. And he's saying that he's not going to sit down for that to happen in his time. He's saying the reason why he's always shouting and he's always coming live and he's always talking plenty is because he wants musicians in Ghana to be respected. He's saying he's not ready to die poor. He's saying the fight is not just about him, but for him and his colleagues. So he's saying that is the reason for which people keep saying he's disrespectful, and that he's not a disrespectful person. And this was something, this interview we watched was something that was about so many, this interview was like so many years ago. I think around 2012, around 2013, there about 2014. And he's still consistent with, you know, his words. Even till today, he still talks about it. So Shatta has been very consistent with his words all these years. You know, yeah, guys, the second video is about, you know, Jonas talking about, you know, he says he has gotten information, he has gotten a coded information from someone within the NDC party who is saying that the reason for which John Mahama wants to kick the Chief Justice out is because of his own selfish reasons. He's saying that John Mahama actually wants to go for a third term, and that is the reason for which he is so bent on kicking the Chief Justice off. He's saying that John Mahama should rather focus on galamsey and issues within his domain, you know, and leave, you know, the Chief Justice alone, because he doesn't have any power there. He's saying John Mahama doesn't have any power there. He should focus on what he was elected to do. He should focus on doing so. He should focus on galamsey and issues the 24-hour economy that he promised, and stop concentrating on other things that don't really matter to him. So guys, let's listen to what Jonas says, the information that he says he has gathered, and let's come back and break things down properly.
John Mahama, okay, sir, but I'm catching you some money abo. Park Kevin Taylor one permanent about threatening the Bia information about Banam the Abetuma Magana for. Sad the NT I would do Jimmy. A busy system now we autocratic or Ghana on. Say, sir, and this for na frame catch him say, oh, Pesel sound running another term. Oh, Pesel we done a kufuadu the NB. On we sir, no kusi a wow for two. We are to a banamount. Chief Justice, only electoral commission. Me trete Jemensa. Say, oh, mani kufuadu sikano. Ampani ampa only Supreme Court for man udim kunimia the amawa we enti also concentrate straight. Now stop doom so. Oh, straightforward. Now stop galamse uniana or the excavator. And in the bulldozer essay no ba Ibrahim Mahama no nan kwa stop no. No concentrate straight. Wow, no stop illegal mining as you see at the mania kukodura muba krumfin ombe illegal mining. Now jai judicial examiner because Chief Justice onye MC onye minister o suspending enye coup na apese o. Coup na apese because the arms of government na run ni democracy. Democracy no structure separation of powers. Chief Justice no motiwano judiciary no pena enye woman panyini wasem it has nothing to do with you. Wo nya meche no enti wan say wo mo bra e waste mo time because ebe mo ma faili because o person running different term two person chinchini a we ma me no na de NDC ni abo bi be hye na mo change constitution o yes sir and na de ntokwakuku asisi wa Africa o no because e yenye ne sir separation of power, what the any executive power, what the any manpany governance, and you don't interfere with judges, and to the any say, oh, minister, I'm appointing 1 year, you may suspend no. I MC where I am quasi my suspend no. But I say judge be to go, na say judge for one penomuna so to abayi for and in basio, and yaman penny I say may suspend the judge you before fraba. It's not your body. Ah, Jimmy, Toyomo. And I NDC form one illiterate to do a chinya say, or di Jimmy do a chanti, Koyana problem with you. Utimi my eku soja Nico free, Utimi yaku, police Nico free, Utimi my member of parliament, but police and him, a born and soon no co free, our finger mark is Jimmy Foy, a punchy police no co free. Oh, yes, sir, soja for no, ebe tumo. Oh, yes, sir, because I was say, oh, I'm for so long, oh, my soja ni. O man who ye no here no timi enforce law to say boku ni abuaku soja ni achina tum na law na ye adwuma eno na ye failed. That is executive power. Oh, enti manya Jimmy na se mo ya enti Chief Justice ni menti ase ma I ba dwimi na say na me wu bi da because ye to aba wie kura na aba no say NDC force your mumpina na MPP force your mumpina. Chief Justice ni dey ko no judgment. Enti say Mahama the NDC ni ba o patch le say. Enti sa fen manya update no say sa John Mahama no on his own wisdom no. O pese o dey dey. O pese no call run the second term bill. O call next no run be 16 years of governance. Enti ono pese o dey NDC for no be ren ebe hihye judges wo no yi judges that na ewo ho no na nko de NDC for be show say be ya obu emra no so a omo meren omo charge no ombe pniam wa eren wa abuse system yenye ne sa amampanyin ni judge yenye no country biam America cry we ma kire say broni na de democracy by America na de democracy by obi e follow won Trump hye mra okrum ha age se judge for no loko mra no won no ma eren ni akoto aba legislature, which is why Krobia a mandatory say or the MP Babani attorney MP Swaba and MPs no Equatina Parliament no matter aba and sana abano matono President Nemra na washe no yeto swaba wie America krano yeto swaba wie and sana court no judiciary for no approve. And to say me ame de me pay abra yen koto judge for bi anto aba say me me pay suspend obi me me pay suspend wo ye na kusi a joma mo beku o wo ye ma kusi o beku o African leaders akusi no dodo na yeku omo na dodo na so ye den ye chi om kwhye dam ni kidnap omo enti wanya jimi no ahwe so anye den and develop policy 24-hour economy na no ho na ase obebe kika na ujai judiciary body no na ujai om life mo onye judge o si chinchini amen suspend judge ko jimi oti se odi mama fa mama nti se odo kwase abe se o suspend abamba be nso because e won so nyina wuntimi utumi ni nuro the power no power structures no separation of power no monti ase kire se obia won baby an limit the power do Mahama power nuru judiciary na Mahama power nuru legislature enti Mahama ekowura parliament sisi a abamba be metimi apam na fie ho saa na Mahama de ne pebe wura court supreme court betimi apam na fie ho enti yato abani wie na ai supreme court to say omo mfa Mahama nka Mahama ntimi nkasa Chief Justice ni ka say on my mfa Mahama yensan koto ne foforo ake yensan koto ne foforo enti omo no ye individual body they don't even expose the affiliation say me or party we omo ye judges and to the NDC ni abu akwesi wa obi di bone a obey da twa ne damage NDC ni bi di bone a obey da twa ne damage won ni ameche no enti I was say mo unti wonse mu ko jimi saa yi dan pare amode yohu na abo ba ya sesi ya wudi sem obi akurakura tuo rough for Ghana ye kunkum ni pa rough won mu jimi saa because ni pa non qualify I was say mo mani di IGP dan pare chi no sua nyansa won no oyeden onye experience ansa na mo de na be main IGP direct won ameche no enti the level no o Mahama no echina wo jimi na Supreme Court for say o mo nso suspend wa na wo na SSC an ye ko ya na ye bai because Supreme Court for no Chief Justice na wa suspend no o metinya committee no o mo nso suspend o power no enti o mo suspend na so nti ase ye wo ye rough na fe no o mo yes yenye re-election because we bumra no so because they are the one who interpret the laws. Enti better say okay fine your mama are abusing the power enti empene ye to abafo fronti ye electoral commission kotan say yenye re-election afi no o Mahama na afi na o be jimi say wonti ase anasesen because ene no wo jimi no Supreme Court for no so committee no mkokase ye meto aba o betuma impeach you enti impeachment bama se si anom suspend o power ni nyina se si ade na abaye jimi and to forget your mo night concentrate your policy doom sona airport ye dum light rough no ye dum light rough from and let's also stop doom sona na next time no NDC aya akono na jimi no enti ubeye na judiciary for okay fine Mahama abuse constitution no enti yesi ano esi suspend the power of legislative executive no o betimi suspend o ni aye re-election omo power say wo omo power enu ntina na akufuado aban wo so na 2 minutes bia na akufuado adwane ko Supreme Court no e dey ntia because onim say eho no omo timi suspend power bia omo na interpret laws no ma police we enforce laws no and this I would Jimmy, Ekosu Jimmy, na fe no, Omunyina Jagisi na Timu up number Cassi okay, dear John Mama and Tianco to a banner for Frana fe ya koya na ya buy, yes, be waste taxpayers' money, abe printy, barrel boss, barrel speakers, abe printy bibia because they are all against constitution. Wow, and the separation of power, omu power. Omu power ntina so obi kodi boni obi koku obi ye criminal de aye che na ye mfa no koma dwomama ye de no koma judge na judge no a sentence no say me pese wo de kokom 10 years ana okom 20 years ye judge na sentence ti sa judge na betimi sentence maame no se maame na di boni no anse ma report to ama Supreme Court maame na ye say Supreme Court to judges no mo ane sentence ni pa mo ane bu ni pattern o ma be sentence no no mo ankasa to abayi ni pa from na be Chief Justice o emfa mampanyini ho eti se parliament way na Mahama di jimi se me ko suspend abamba be na me ko suspend bibia wo yes wo mbe yeku atu because the wo ye no nipa no che parliament won ko krometi ne to na ba e de ne koye enti or representing the krom as a member of parliament mampanyini to me nuru ho tiri amecho no saa na mampanyini yi soja for kra kogu parliament wa a parliament for ni betima pam soja for ni nyina pie because ni to me nuru ho that chamber no legislature nko a omo powers no ho na ye adwuma nti omo na dan kasamaye o Ghana ho nti mampanyini make law say kimi anu nti na Akufo Addo be ya wiaye no law na anya ye o until say omo koto so aba because of the Supreme Court na Supreme Court for na bo atu egu say omo na meto aba na ansa nti omo to aba ansa na mkofa adwo asafo mu nyina ma ombeto aba no na omo di jimi koto say Akufo Addo wiaye ansa na Akufo Addo utimi ayen awiaye because without the power of the legislature no Supreme Court no ntimi accept mampanyini no ne laws no because mampanyini no you are nobody in terms of judiciary ho oh enu na mu nsua nyansa na mu di jimi ya na esi anade be che be da so Supreme Court suspend John Mahama nti age se yeto aba foforo na mo ye impeachment se si anu ne yekoya na ye bai nti yesa ato aba nso obelusu because wo akoka judges for no omo nso omo nti ase ma nwini wọ́n ní amẹ́kyẹ́ no because ọmọ na decide say yẹ́mma wei na ntena akonwa no so yẹ́mma party wei because ọmọ na maintain law no wọ́n ẹ̀yẹ to aba 20 something kura no na ẹ̀ka ketewa bi o baako wi ni yẹ Supreme Court si ọmọ nti ase enquire re-election wọ́n na timi kasa o Ghana ho judges for ni si ọmọ nti ase enquire re-election obi timi kasa mampanyin no te so altimi anka hui obi altimi anka because power na mampanyin no na enuru ho wọ́n ní ẹ̀mẹ́kyẹ́ no enti sẹ́ mo yẹ ẹ̀dì jimmy sẹ́ mo selfish Mahama ni yẹ pẹ̀sí yẹ sáà de ne ba foforo bio because of the selfish reason na ẹnu nti yẹn tata jẹ́jẹ́ sá ẹ̀họ́ ni yẹ wrong by all power duru wa nkama kakyira ẹnu nti na mo suspend maame ma bra enye ye no because enye adwuma gye sẹ́ yẹto aba yi obi foforo yẹto aba ẹna di yi ọmọ o yẹnyẹ sẹ́ ẹti sẹ́ abamba bi si wei sẹ́ ẹnẹ John Mahama sẹ́ me mpẹ no me kofa NDC ni bi abaya abamba bi ya wajimi ku besi because say abamba bi ni wa se to aba ni yi bi ti say afenyo markets ana yi bi ti say muntaka no abaya abamba bi no wa be represent no untimi fo bi mfira bonten no ma e mehye legislature ho yenye ne saa ba bia enti eyese ye to omo so abayi nipa foforo enti so omo mpen nipa na omo to aba na afi ye to ne so aba ne walusu ani ye tu no ne ye de foforo aba saa ne ye na omo a obia on level enti the same way na omo no Mahama no ubu ma ye omo meka nkyerɛ say omo suspend no man through plane omo betima ye judiciary for no betima kase man through plane na untime mforo saa no betima suspend o efri na ko emeka sabio untime nye ma Trump krom de ye no krom atam ya Trump krom de om de ye no om timi de ye no Trump om che ni tum be 1 week judiciary for no che Trump tum be 1 week e wa America om che ni tum e de no timi ye wanti anya hu ko ba she Google say om che Trump tum wa America om timi ye re o timi ye re enti wo be yesa na fe no masɛ mra no na fe no obi to us me bu afu makotu mampanyini because see a soldier for na am yeku om rough no any police no mo na yesa wo bo wo ban executive no also you don't respect them and if you don't respect them no obi be respect you om na om follow ni pakura ne ye ko ya na ye bai ku na nya de power si ama mo beku o omeku o enti ade a o di wi ase kwan we di mampanyini at a mess time we di another term enti ade na ade wi ase kwa jimi nko na mu jimi abra mu nim law no ha ade enti na ata mu lusu ye no wan fa ankotena udam ama executive power o de nantiko ai chief justice nanim etwetwe letter call petition say wonti ase wonti resource na ase no ede enti na wan koma na wo de coach wo de call Supreme Court to say me the case na because they make the laws work in the country enti almost say ukọ na almost say okay fine the Mahama de buy no yate ase enti se ano ye nkoto abane foforo anka Akufo Addo ntimi nkasa won ba ukọ na almost the other about information no enya accurate nti kwotena fie no utimi ye dan wantimi amwa sana emfa wo se wo ye mampanyini wo jimi too much on be suspend o enti wo de wo ko suspend o no so be suspend wa afi hu na power bi o ni power because the law no constitution no be follow o man enti jimi se ma suspend obi no there will obi abeti ma suspend no successfully I am for problem ma em for demonstration ma minister MC omo ani omo executive wo no won omo na timi suspend yom ba metinsi legislature na judiciary e me suspend obi yenye ne saa